Wolverine, the claw-wielding heartthrob of the X-Men universe, has been on screen for decades, but how much do you really know about the man behind the adamantium bones? Despite Hugh Jackman's iconic portrayal, the movies have glossed over dozens of pivotal aspects of Logan's story. From secret identities to lifelong feuds, here are 7 jaw-dropping details the X-Men films left on the cutting room floor, and the debate they spark about what should have made the screen. 1. Wolverine's samurai roots, a warrior's code, not just claws. Logan's time in Japan isn't just a brief cameo. It's a decade-long immersion in samurai culture. Under the tutelage of Lord Logan, he mastered katanas, honed his discipline, and adopted the Bushido code of honor. This isn't just flashy swordplay, it's the foundation of his tactical genius. His bond with Mariko Yashida, a noblewoman turned love interest, even shaped his moral compass. But the Wolverine reduces this to a chaotic action sequence. And this is the part most people miss. The films ignore how this training made Logan more than a feral fighter. It gave him a philosophy. Should filmmakers have leaned harder into the softer side of the character? Or does it risk taming his wild edge? Spy versus brawler. Logan's shadowy double life before he was a mutant hero. Logan was a Black Ops mercenary. He worked for the CIA, SHIELD, and even Canada's Department K, where he crossed paths with Peter Parker's parents, a fact that's still hotly debated among fans. His time with Team X, later X-Force, showed a calculated, stealthy side, not just brute force. X-Men Origins Wolverine hints at this, but Fox's version turns it into a team of over-the-top super soldiers. But here's where it gets controversial. Does the spy version of Wolverine feel less authentic than the gruff, animalistic one? Or is it time to see him as a morally gray tactician, not just a berserker? 3. Daken, the son who became a villain, and then Wolverine. In the comics, Logan's son Daken is a complex figure, a tiller with his father's claws and healing factor, but none of his restraint. He's battled the X-Men, joined Norman Osborn's Dark Avengers, and even became the Spirit of Vengeance, Wolverine. Logan introduced Laura, X-23, but Daken remains a ghost in the franchise. Ask yourself, could a film exploring Daken's rivalry with Hugh Jackman's Logan have added layers to their relationship? Or would it have muddied the legacy of a character already defined by his grit? 4. Logan's friends and lovers, more than just teammates. Wolverine's bonds with Nightcrawler, Colossus, and Kitty Pryde are some of the X-Men's most heartfelt. His friendship with Cyclops, despite their clashes, is a cornerstone of the team. And let's not forget his romantic ties to Mystique, Emma Frost, or Domino. On screen, these connections are barely sketched. Jackman's Logan mostly orbits Charles Xavier. What's the take here? Is the movie version's focus on Xavier the right choice? Or does it rob Wolverine of the rich, messy humanity that defines him in the comics? 5. The criminal underworld. Logan's alias, Patch, Madripoor, a lawless island city, is where Logan hides in plain sight as Patch, a mercenary for hire. He's tangled with villains like Joe Fixit, the Grey Hulk, and crime lords, blending heroism with shady deals. Deadpool Wolverine teased this with a blink-and-you-miss-it cameo, but the films haven't explored it. Could a Madripoor spin-off work? Imagine a gritty, R-rated tale of Logan navigating crime and redemption. Does that sound like a missed opportunity or a recipe for chaos? 6. Sabretooth, the blood feud that defined Logan Victor. Creed's hatred for Logan isn't just personal, it's primal. Manipulated by villains like Magneto and Mr. Sinister, their rivalry spans decades of torture and betrayal. The movies reduce Sabretooth to a silent thug in the original trilogy, then erase him entirely in Deadpool Wolverine. Debate point. Was it a mistake to sever this connection? Could a proper on-screen showdown between the two have elevated both characters? Or would it have been too violent for mainstream audiences? 7. I'm the best at what I do, the line that never made it. Wolverine's catchphrase, I'm the best at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice, is a perfect encapsulation of his ethos. Yet Jackman never delivered it in 18 years of films. the word bub appears sparingly, leaving fans wondering if the movies are too afraid of campy tropes. Your turn. Should directors lean into these comic lines to honor the source material, or does it risk alienating modern viewers who prefer subtlety? Final thought. What's lost in translation? Wolverine's comic book lore is a treasure trove of complexity. Warrior, spy, father, lover, and antihero. The films have captured his ferocity, but at what cost? As the MCU prepares its own take on Logan, the question lingers. Will they embrace the full Wolverine or stick to the familiar? Share your thoughts below. Do you want deeper cuts, or is the cinematic version good enough as is?